Welcome to part 2. When we last left Nemo, he was in the Western Pacific, and let's just continue with our example and hopefully our playthrough here and get a little bit more action. So let's go to the adventure deck. Let's pull over our card, and here we have Act 2, the first intermission. So there's going to be several of these Act cards that are going to drive the story forward and make things a little bit more difficult for you. So now we're in Act 2. We're going to be rolling 3 dice instead of 2. The dice usually represented not only your actions, but the amount of enemy ships you put down per turn. So now we're going to be rolling 3 dice placed in ships, so that's not good for us. So, and then we're also going to add in the first intermission ships, which are these darker yellowish colored ships. We're going to put that into our draw cup, and we'll mix that up. And now we're ready for Act 2. So now we go on to the next part here. And what we have here is a novel proposal, which is a test of 9, which will give us, if we pass, we get an upgrade card, and if we don't get to add to it. So I'm not going to expend any of my resources here, so to give me a bonus to the die roll, because I'm not going to risk losing resources over another upgrade card when I already have I have 4 upgrade things I can do to my Nautilus already, so I'm not going to worry about that. I already have 4, and I'm not going to worry about that, but I'm going to roll anyway. I get an 8, which was close, but we fail that, so we put this card on top of the fail pile, so we don't get to add another upgrade cards to our upgrade. So which is fine with me. I didn't want to risk it. If I would have, I probably would have made it, but that's all right. So that's the event part. Now let's roll. We're going to roll 3 dice now. Okay, so we roll and we get a 4, 1, and a 4. So the 4 minus the 2 white dice, we subtract those. So 4 minus 1 is 3, which is going to give us 3 actions for this turn. And then we're going to place ships into the onto the board. So that's number 4. We look on the board here, and we have to place 2 ships here. There are no places for any more hidden markers, so we have to replace 2 of those. So we'll replace the Cape of Good Horn with a ship, and then we get a passenger ship there, and then we'll place another one in the South Atlantic with another one, and we get a clipper ship that's going to go there as well. So we've added our, now the hidden ships have now become known, which again makes it a little bit more difficult for us to do actions there as well. Okay, so now that we have 3 actions to play with, we're going to do some stuff here. So I need to clear out these ships. So I'm going to attack. During your turn, you can either stalk attack or kind of a sneak attack, where you only get 1 attack, but you get like a +1 to your die roll. Or you can do a bold attack, which means you can do multiple attacks so long as you're successful with your first attack. You can keep going for without spending any more actions. So I have 3 actions. I'll spend 1. Put me down to 2 actions. I'm going to do a bold attack, so I will remove one of the mystery or the hidden ship tokens. I'll pull 1 from the pile, and we get a raider. Which is kind of a warship here. We know that because it has a red has a red attack value on the left-hand side, so it's going to need a below an 8 to hit me. So they always go first if it's a warship trying to attack me. It is a 7, 2, and a 5, so it's going to hit me. And where does it hit me? It's going to hit me in the hull. So I'm going to take. I'm going to take 1 point of damage for sure. I can't remember if that was a 1 or 2 now, but depending on what they roll, it might be 1 or 2 points of damage. So my hull is going to take a point of damage, and it's going to go down. So okay, so then it's my turn to attack, and I need to get a 10 or better to destroy this raider. So I can just do a straight up 2d6 roll, but that's going to be kind of hard. So I will push my crew and to get a +3 to this die roll. I roll a 9, +3 is 12, which is enough to defeat the 10, and I've defeated the raider. So now that I've defeated it, I can either put it in the Western Theater and try to get victory points for this, or I can try to salvage it for later. even though I don't get a ton of victory points for a warship, I will get 3 for this one, and that's pretty good. So I'm going to put that into the Western Pacific box and keep it there. So if I fill up this entire roll here, I'm going to get an additional 8 victory points at the end. So I've done that pretty good. Also, for defeating that raider, you'll see 2 crossbones on there, and that means my notoriety goes up 2. So we'll go to the this track and then push this up to 6. People are beginning to notice what I'm doing a little bit more. I'm at a 6 instead of a 4. Because we did a bold attack, we can continue. But if you do a second bold attack, then you have to push your notoriety up 1 more to do that next attack. So now I'm at a 7. I will replace this hidden ship marker with another one from the cup. So I'll draw, and we get a freighter this time. So the freighter does not attack me, but if I do take it out, my notoriety is going to go up 1. So this time I need a 9 to hit. I will get 2 victory points if I sink this, if I decide to put it on my tonnage track. So again, I will risk my crew, give them a +3. So I need to get a 9 or a better. And I get a 9. +3 is 12. The freighter is sunk. So I'm going to go over here to the tonnage track. Again, I can put this into the Western Pacific track here, and eventually I'll get 2 victory points. Or I can put this on my salvage, because in order for me to get these upgrades over here, I need to have salvage some of these sunk ships. So this time, I think I'm going to add it to this table here. So now I have 3 points worth to buy an upgrade later, and most of the upgrades I have now are 4 or more, so I have 3. So now I'm getting pretty close. So there's still 1 more hidden ship marker. I'm going to press my luck again and do another bold attack here, but because I'm going to do that, my notoriety is going to go up 1 more, and my notoriety should have also gone up 1 more because the freighter had a skull and crossbones as well. So notoriety is going to go up to 9, actually, because I forgot to do that before. So I replaced this with another one from my thing. I will pull that out, and we have a freighter, which is a 10, and I'll get 2 notoriety if I knock it out. So again, I'm going to push my crew for a +3. I need a 10, but I get a +3 to my roll. I roll a 9, +3 is 12. I take it out. So easy peasy, I guess, but my notoriety again will go from a 9 to 11, and I sink the freighter. So again, that's worth victory points, and I think I will put that on my tonnage track for now. So there you go. The Western Pacific is clear, and we're ready to move on from there.